In a village called Kizinga, tucked between golden savannas and ancient baobab trees, lived a girl who was feared by her own mother. Her name was Nia, and she was born with ears so big they hung past her shoulders. The villagers said it was a curse. "Hide her before the wind hears her," her father once shouted the day she was born. Her mother refused to hold her. Children refused to play with her. Even animals ran when she came near. People whispered that her ears could listen to spirits, that they carried demons, or that she would bring drought if she stayed too long in one place. Nia grew up in silence, not because she couldn't speak, but because no one wanted to hear her. But what no one knew was that the whispers she heard were real. The whispers began. At night, when everyone slept, Nia would lie under the stars and listen. The wind spoke to her. Not in words, but in feelings, echoes, and fragments of conversations carried from faraway lands. One night, she heard something new, the scream. It wasn't from the village. It was from beyond the hills. A voice cried, "They are coming. Run!" She sat up. Her heart raced. Something was wrong. Something was coming to Kizinga. She told her father the next morning. He slapped her. "Demon child. You're cursed. Don't bring your madness here." She tried warning the chief. He laughed in her face. Only her grandmother, who lived in a hut no one visited, believed her. 3 days later, the skies turned black, though there was no rain. A dust storm unlike any other rolled in with the sound of hoofs and war drums. Raiders. They came from the east. Their faces were covered in ash, and they rode beasts that foamed at the mouth. They burned the first farm before the sun even rose. Chaos and screams echoed round the village. People ran. Cows scattered. The village warriors were no match. But Nia was listening. She heard where they were going next, what they feared, how they signaled each other. The wind told her their every move. She ran to her grandmother. "Tell me the old ways," she begged. "The real ways." And her grandmother, trembling, said, "Then you must use the ears you were cursed with." Nia learned to walk with silence and speak with wind. She placed calabashes in certain corners of the village to bounce the raiders' signals back at them. She led women and children to the caves before the raiders reached them. She tricked the invaders into circling back into their own traps. People didn't understand how she knew, but slowly, they began to follow her. The wind roared through her ears like a river of voices, and for the first time in her life, Nia spoke, and people listened. The final attack came on the 7th night. The invaders lit the outer fences, screaming war cries. But Nia was ready. She'd spent the whole day listening. She knew they had a leader who feared fire. She knew they had stolen children from other villages hidden in cages. She knew they thought the people of Kizinga were weak. That night, using only whispers carried through gourds, wind chimes, and tree hollows, Nia led a counterattack. The villagers followed her signals like music. They rescued the children. They drove the raiders away. And in the end, when the chief knelt before her and asked, "What are you?" she smiled and said, "I'm the wind that you refuse to hear." Years later, they built a statue of Nia in the center of Kizinga. But she never stayed in one place for long. Whenever the wind picked up and whispered through the trees, children would ask, "Is that Nia?" And the elders would say, "Yes. She listens." Still,